How are we at 7 of these things? Hi, I'm Daniel, and this is Donkey of Furious 7, directed by James Wan. I would be remiss in my duties as a critic not to note the passing of the actor Paul Walker, who sadly died halfway through making this film. His impact can be clearly seen throughout the production and results in a slightly confused plot. However, I still had a really good time with this film, and there's an excellent montage at the end that had a few people in my audience clapping. Let's break it down. Furious 7, this film is like throwing Top Gear, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra and EastEnders in a blender and then making a film out of what comes out. It's insane. Do you really need to know about the plot? Alright, let's break it down. Jason Statham is playing a badass. I know, he stretches himself. He's the brother of the badass they took down in the last film, and now he's hunting Vin Diesel and his crew down to get vengeance. Somehow Snake Plissken gets dragged into this, and the plot... Look, to be honest, I don't care. I couldn't make head nor tail of the plot when I was watching the damn thing in the cinema night. One of the things I love about this franchise is that it uses practical effects wherever possible. The scene in the trailer where they're all coming out of the plane, real cars, real plane, real falling. None of your CGI nonsense here. The budget for this film was $250 million. And whilst there is CGI at some parts, you can clearly see where the practical effects are. And for me, a practical effect will always beat CGI. Now, the camera work does spin around a bit, and I did feel quite dizzy at some points. The dialogue never rises above the pedestrian. Vin Diesel is not the greatest actor, but seeing him and Statham go for it is good fun. This film, it feels like these people really are a family. I love the really tight continuity. I love that in a modern day film there's only one white guy and it's a completely This film, it's about family. I loved it. I loved all the stunts. I loved it. But there was just... the fighting is always a bit of a downside. The camera work, it was spinning around like you wouldn't believe. Also, these people are indestructible gods. Literally, they cannot be harmed. There were so many times when they went into crashes or something happened and I was just sitting there going, you are dead. You are dead. Or at the very least, you have more than that tiny scratch. Once you realise that these people cannot be injured, the film loses a lot of its immediacy. I'm sorry, there was half a dozen times when Vin Diesel should have been soup. Ultimately though, for this film, despite the stunts and the bombast and the lunacy of the plot, I walked out and, to be honest, if nothing else is on, if you want a good popcorn time, this is the film for you. Sorry, I wish I could rate it higher, but you gotta give me more than stunts. Sorry, I get bored. I'm Daniel, this is The Dunking. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. They've got plans to make 3 more of these things! 3!